I was taking a walk with my friend the other day, and all of a sudden he pointed and said, "Look, there's a dwarf climbing down the prison wall." I just looked at him and said, "Man, that's a little condescending." Just waiting for the penny to drop, and there it dropped, right? Welcome to Shave&Butcher YouTube channel. We're doing an outdoor shave. It's a bit wonky and shaky perhaps, but we're gonna do it anyway because you never know how many good days and evenings you'll get this summer in old Sweden. We're shaving with SSA, about 5/8 of a razor. Look at the shine on that thing. I bought it, apparently new old stock. I think maybe not, but it was polished well enough for us to accept the sales pitch. It's a good little razor made in Eskilstuna in Sweden. The soap will be Soap Commander Endurance. Struggling a bit with this soap, and it's so freaking big. It takes a bit of time to get through anyway, but we'll see how we can do today. The brush is Grey Dog's lovely brush with a full moon synthetic in it. And yeah, so I got a bowl of water here, so we'll do this without running water, which is unusual. But we're nice and wet, and the brush is nice and wet as well. Very good. Yep, so a nice evening. I was thinking about going for a swim in the ocean. I may still, but I thought, yeah, we'll do a shave. We'll do an outdoor shave. Why the heck not? Oh, by the way, I don't know if you see this, but this is a very close acquaintance of witch hazel. I don't know what it's called in English, but it's a lovely little tree. Maybe you can make skin healing substances out of that as well. I really don't know. But we're loading up Soap Commander Courage. Sort of Old Spice. I don't know what Old Spice smells like. My dad used to have it a long time ago, but I can't remember. But it sure smells spicy. So we'll make sure we get a nice, good, thick coating with this thing and get cracking. So I have a little mirror down here. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, why don't I look into the damn mirror? You know, Swedes, I'd say Scandinavians in general, are quite obsessed with being outdoors for anything. Eating, socializing, whatever, when you can. And you know, that's because you don't get a whole lot of dipping the brush, a whole lot of days where you can be outdoors in Scandinavia, or the Nordic countries, as we also call them, because it's cold a lot of the time. And you know, being outside in the evening doing shaves or smoking a cigar, which I just finished doing, and stuff like that, there's something about it if you can't do it all the time. So you want to take advantage. So a good thing we don't have malaria in Sweden, because we get so many damn mosquito bites. We'd be down with that thing, pretty much all of us. The mosquitoes are safe, they're just damn annoying. Yeah, we'll do a bit more agua. Yeah, my back is back to being pretty stiff. I did a long business trip again, 7 hours yesterday. Had a meeting, had dinner, nice dinner, stayed the night, and then 7 hours back today. And it's, you know, pretty nice. I like driving. So it's interesting. Every time I drive for any distance, I fantasize about being a professional driver, like a truck driver or something like that. And I think I'll enjoy that. My back may not agree, but there's something about being on the road, you know? I don't know if it's a sense of freedom. It's not always free because there's traffic, but if you're outside a big city, it's not too bad. I've got to get a bit of volume on this thing. Now, we're outside, so there may be noises of children playing, trains. There's a rooster and a bunch of chicken over there. Someone's playing baseball. Basketball. No one's playing baseball. But my team, the Marlins, I think are back to playing. They've been quarantined for a while because pretty much everybody came down with the coronavirus. That's a nice lather. We'll put more moisture into it. But yeah, driving is nice. I don't know if I could do it all the time, but it's nice, a nice dream, you know. Although nowadays, being a truck driver isn't all that relaxing because it's stressful and you have to keep schedules and have to cheat with the logbooks to make it look like you've had enough rest and that sort of thing, which didn't used to be the case. Probably for the better. The truck drivers are, you know, they're heroes in a way, because they do a tough job. They do a job not everyone can do. And pretty much everything we buy and use has been in a truck. Pretty much everything. Maybe more so now than before, now that a lot of things are being bought on the internet, so you have to truck everywhere. Oh, this is a good lather. This is a good lather. It's a Santa Claus, almost. I could make this twice as big on the very soap I have that I'm working with. Is it peaky? Yeah, okay, that was bad TV. Quite peaky, still a bit dry. About 4 times as much soap as you need. But that's the way we like it, isn't it? Sometimes it's fun to play around with lathers. You don't really need it. You don't need a big lather. And if you're shaving with a straight razor, like I am, it's more of a nuisance, really, to have a big lather than a small one. But it's fun. More agua. More agua. This has a nice scent. Oh, we're not struggling with this time. liking the soap or not is such a subjective thing, isn't it? Good to go. Good to go. So I have a towel that I'm gonna wipe the razor off and hopefully not mess up the edge too much. There we go. This may be on the dry side, but it's gonna work. So, Swedish steel, Eskilstuna, here we go. So is there an advantage to shaving outdoors? Certainly not. It's just one of those cool things you can do. So I was looking for this thing the other day, couldn't find it, and now I did, so I need to use it. Very good, very nice. So it's not dropping off the razors. You could argue it's a bit on the thick side, but you know, it works. You want to be really careful when you wipe the razor. Me in particular, because I usually don't. So that you don't mess up the edge. This is not, it's interesting because somehow maybe the scent in the soap increases or becomes more powerful when you're outdoors. It's like there's more air in the mix that goes into the nose, which enhances this bloody mosquito. Mosquito, not mesquito. Mesquite is in Texas. Very good. Okay, so friendly advice, if you're wiping lather on a towel, there's absolutely no advantage of it being thick because there's just shitloads of more stuff to get rid of. But we're doing well. We're doing okay. So my business trip was to another country. I usually travel abroad all the time, almost every week. Sometimes I go to exotic places, sometimes not so exotic. But this was to Denmark, where, you know, thanks guys, we're finally welcome into Denmark. Swedes have been persona non grata due to the coronavirus situation, because we have more of it than they do. But mainly because they want to pay back, because we're big brother in Sweden, I think. Now you can enter if you have a valid cause for entering. So I did, because I had a business meeting, but you still have to show your passport, which you usually don't, because there's no passport control between Scandinavian countries, but you have to, and you have to talk to the police and have to prove you have a valid reason for entering the country. So that was okay. There's a bit of a queue on the long bridge that goes between Sweden and Denmark, but I got into the country finally. And then just kept a low profile everywhere I stopped, because I know Swedes aren't terribly welcome. So, you know, I speak English, they understand Swedish, but I spoke English with, you know, trying to put on like a Finnish accent or something, because the Finns are good, they're heroes. They had crazy lockdown, military on the roads at the beginning, preventing people from moving around the country, and as a result of that, and I guess other things, they haven't had a situation that is too bad. So I said, hello, speaking with like the Moomin. And that seems to work, because no one shouted at me or spat at me for being a Corona Swede. So it was pretty nice. I'm getting closer to the magic 1,000 subscriber count, and I was meeting 4 people in the team, and I bought them drinks and then forced every one of them to subscribe to Shave&Butcher. They were being good sports, because they don't give a shit about wet shaving, but I did buy them drinks. The hole I made in my head with the head blade, still bleeding. It's been close to 48 hours, and the damn thing just won't stop bleeding. It will stop eventually. There's nothing I can do, because you can't really have stitches on your head, can you? Or maybe you can. But, you know, it'll stop. The things we do for our hobby, hey? So I've woken up 2 mornings in a row with a pillow that's been pretty red from blood. It's ridiculous. With a cartridge as well. Ridiculoso. It's a very nice evening. It's about 22 degrees, I think. I think it's about 9 o'clock in the evening. Lovely, beautiful. Yesterday was tough, because the hotel didn't have air conditioning. That worked. Because, you know, it makes very little sense to invest in that if you're in Denmark, because it's rarely very cold. Someone's been for a swim, running home. It's going pretty well. Okay, so we need to wipe the blade again. I don't know if you follow world news from Africa, but there's been a pretty bad oil spill. It's a Japanese oil carrier that spilled out about 1,000 tons of heavy oil. or crude oil, just outside the island of Mauritius in Africa, the southeast coast. And oh shit, bleeding again, right? And it's rather bad. It's already reached the shores, and Mauritius have a rather spectacular wildlife, both plants and animals. So it's a bit of an environmental disaster. It's reached the shores, it's hit the mangrove swamps, where, you know, if it kills a lot of mangroves, you get erosion of soil and things like that, which will destroy part of this small, lovely island. I've never been, but it's lovely. But I'm doing some business down in Mauritius, and I'm hoping the travel ban will be lifted pretty soon, and then I'll go down. And I have a friend, friend and business associate, who's growing this kind of grass. It's called Arundo Donax. Okay, we'll see how attractive the rinse is gonna be. Sorry. Oh, it's a good soap. Oh, it's crazy slick. Yeah, pretty good. And it turns out this grass, Arundo, absorbs oil. It's hydrophobic, so it doesn't absorb water, but it absorbs oil. So he's growing this stuff as a bioenergy crop to replace coal to make electricity. But now he's running tests, or the government is running tests on his grass to absorb the oil and clean it out, and can be done. It's pretty cool, pretty effective, and a totally renewable, environmentally friendly way to clean out oil, and to do it very quickly. So might be a bit of a game changer, you never know, but short term, hopefully they can sort themselves out and save the island, because it really is nasty. Oil is no good for anything. It's useful, but we need to find a way to replace it, right? And African grasses can be one way of doing it, I guess. That was a good shave. It's getting dark almost. We'll do theirs. I think this is going to stop pretty quickly. You can't see the wound thing. May turn out into pillows being more red than previously. Oh, there's the train. Can you hear it? The train. Ha. Damn. It's a cat. It's not a weeper, it's a cat. And before we dry out the witch hazel entirely, Singari Man, unscented. I was going to say creation of the gods, but it's rather a creation of heathers. But it's so damn good. So damn good. Doesn't this have witch hazel in it too? I can't remember, and I can barely... Yep, it does. Water, witch hazel extract. So, we're all set. It's gonna be good. Thanks for watching, guys and gals. Appreciate it. If you didn't get the joke in the beginning, let me know. I'll explain it too. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Take care and stay sharp.